Well, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. I hope you can all hear me. Okay. Please let me know in the chat if everyone hear me, if you can see the screen, if everything's okay. Thank you, Nelson. So welcome again. I hope you all are enjoying the music so far. I'm gonna stop it now. And yeah, I'm ready to start. I'm gonna talk to you all about all the recent updates we've done in the last quarter. And I hope you guys will join me in the chat and let me know if you have any questions or any comments, or if anything is not clear, or if I'm going too fast or anything of that sort. Please let me know. And I hope everyone's staying healthy, by the way, in these difficult times. That's the most important thing. And I'm going to start with discussing all updates we've done on the Pro perspective. Then I'm going over to the Academy part. And then finally, I'm going to show some small things we changed for the client side and what we are going to be working on in the near future. Let me see. Yes. So everything looks okay. Let me switch to the Pro. Can you guys let me know if you can see this okay, or if I have to zoom in any further? You can see my mouse with the marker. Okay, thanks guys. To start, we of course have done a lot of smaller bug fixes, feature improvements, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going into details on those. If you want to read everything that we've done, I would advise you to go to our website. I'll post a link in the chat later, and that's where you can check all our system updates. We put everything on the website as news items, so you can check all the details and minor fixes we've done. I'm going over the things that are a little bit bigger. So to start, what we have done for the side of the Pro. So this is the individual Pro. This is not the Academy backend or reception tool or any of that kind of stuff. This is just for you guys. You probably recognize the screen that you see now. For starters, what we have added is that with packages, especially sold packages, we have now added the same feature that we added before into the appointments, is that you can mark them as paid. That was already possible for a while, but now you can also attach payment details or payment method to the packages. Let me find one. It should be working. I'm in better way. So if within the Academy, or you have set up that you have created payment methods like they've paid by invoice, they've paid at the front office, they've paid cash, all those kind of stuff can be added into the Academy. And now it's also possible to mark them that way. So let me see for this client, he has a package. Oh, this is not very handy of me. So this Academy has set up that the pros cannot mark stuff as paid. So if you would be an individual pro, then you would be able to switch that around. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Not a very smart move from my side. So let me go back. refresh the page real quick. To my client. Gonna check his packages. This one, for example. So now I can mark it as paid. And now we've included the payment method. So as you can see, these are all added to my academy. So it's easier to keep track where your money has gone. You can keep track of the way that they've paid. If they've paid online, that would be automatically checked. It would show if it's paid by either credit card or any other payment method we have. And it will show the Stripe identifier over here. I think I discussed this already in my last live stream, but that way you can very quickly track the online payment. But for regular payments, you can also now add this to packages. So next, what we have done for the Pro side, we have made a lot of UI improvements. That stands for user interface. So it's easier to use the system with less clicks, and it's more, how do you say that? It's easier to understand, and it works easier. It makes more sense. So what we've done in the settings is, instead of our old stuff where we had everything dropping down to the bottom, if you would click, for example, let me see appointment types. If you would click on an appointment type, it would drop down all the way to the bottom and show all the details there, and you could change it there. What we've made now is that it opens in a pop-up, so it's straight in the screen, in the middle of your face, basically. You can make your changes right here, click Save, and continue. Same goes for all the other settings, like availability. We've placed that in a pop-up now, so this comes forward straight away instead of having to scroll down and the screen flipping up and down. So we've made things a lot more user-friendly and easier to use. This also goes, by the way, on mobile devices. I hope you guys already noticed this and feeling that it's an improvement. If not, please let us know. Next thing that we have done is also a thing that should help you guys a lot is, and especially if you use group appointments. If you open an existing group appointment or a new one, we used to have everything or payment information dropping down right below the name. And that would become a hassle if you would add like the payment method that we just showed. What we now have is a specific pop-up that if you click payment info below the names right here, this on for you guys. Payment info right here. It shows like specific payment info per client now. So for Aaron, I can mark him as paid, select the payment method, and if he's paid online, it would show his payment identifier, or you can add one manually. See, this one has not paid yet. We see Jason has paid with a package. So that way it's very easy to manage payments and packages in group appointments now. And you can see in the overview, this guy's paid, he has not paid, he has paid with the package, but the package is not paid for yet. So we've made some improvements there, which we hope make things easier for you guys, especially when you're using the group appointments. Next thing we have done in the ways of the UI is what you probably have noticed is that your client overview has now less information, looks more clean. More clients can go on one page. We've kept everything to the name and the email address, the basic information you need on this page when you're searching for your clients. You can still resend an invitation if the client hasn't registered yet. I think that's important to see straight away. So also this page should be easier to use. No more information that you don't use, like mostly the physical address that they live in. You notice that that isn't being used that much. So we've took that out. We've taken that out. So now it's just name, email, and we've left some room for some more information. And as you can see here for the group, you can see the group members. That's basically it. So again, we hope you find this all helpful and enjoy this. We've also made very big changes to the client detail page. So instead of, we thought it was a little bit messy before, where you had some buttons and some upcoming appointments and some media files and adding new packages to the client. It was all basically in a column or a row right here on the left. And what we've done, we made this client detail menu a little bit more like your own, how your own dashboard looks with different tiles, so different sections of information for the client. So as you can see here, straight away in the first one, we have its appointments for the client. You can see the upcoming appointments, the one in the most recent future. And if we click show more, it opens up a pop-up again. And there you can load a period of time. For now, we have it for 3 months. And you can see what the appointments are. So if you want, for this client, you want to search in the past, you just change the date to the period you want to search. Oh, so let's say for the end of last year, I click search and it searches all the appointments that the client had in this period. There we go. So we've did with this new way of setting a start date and an end date, we've made sure that in one screen you can now search for an appointments in the past and also in the future. So no more future appointments, current appointments, just everything in one simple screen. Next one is the coaching tile. The most recent coaching item would show up here if it's available. This one does not have one, but if I click show more, going to the coaching page, and I see everything from this client. Let me see a client where I have some test items maybe. Not this one either. See if I can. Oh, East has some. So as you can see, the latest coaching item shows up here. Guess we removed that media. Or you can go to the overview. And there you can see the client over here that I clicked on is pre-selected. So you see a chronological order of all the coaching that you've sent to this client. Apologies for the mess. It's all all testing stuff in here. So if you sent some decent coaching and some nice videos, you would see everything here from top to bottom, chronological order, private notes that you've added. Of course, you can search on drill, and the word drill is in this coaching item. So if I click it, I can even change it, change the name, title, add some text maybe. So I can search better and maybe even change the video file. So back to our clients. That's the coaching part. We added the most recent logbook entry. You can always see what this client has been doing latest. So the last thing for this client is that there's an appointment scheduled on 31st of December. And again, if you click show more, the logbook loads with this client pre-selected and everything in chronological order, what this client has done recently. And then we have now put the packages in one single screen. You can see how many active packages they have and how many expired packages in an overview. And if you want more detail, you're going to click on show more again, of course. Here we can see the active packages that they have. You can see the name, what kind of package that it is, till when it's valid. That's very handy to see that. And how many minutes, or in case of subscriptions, how many appointments they have in the package. And also very easy, add a new package. Just select it, click add, and the package is added to the client. You now also have the possibility to check on the expired or completed packages from the same client. As you can see, we have one right here. It was valid until the 1st of August, so that one expired. And here I can still open it. I cannot make any changes. Oh, that's because it's a shared package. But you would be able to change the valid till date. If you say, oh, I want to give this client another month worth for this package, you can just change the valid till date and it gets updated. So there's no more need to do a search in the sold packages section. It's now all in the client page. Lastly, we have the client media. So if you use the online coaching part of our system, the client can upload media to you. It will show up right here. This client does not have any media, but if you do click show more, it would show everything in tiles. You could click on it and download it and do an analysis with any tool you'd like and then upload it back to the client. So I don't know if you guys have seen this page already and know how it was before, but we think it's a big improvement. I hope it is for you guys as well. Again, if not, or if you find any issues with it or improvements, please let us know. So that's it for the client page. Another part we improved in the Pro section is instead of opening an appointment, an existing appointment we're talking about, and having to click the edit button to change something, it immediately opens in edit mode. So you can immediately type anything, change the start time, change the location, change the price, add a new client, change the appointment type. And of course, if you make changes and you don't want to save it, you just click close. Very simple in the bottom left. But if you want to make a change, it's just opening the appointment, making the change, and click save. So we made that a little bit easier to work with. Was some feedback that we got that mostly when you open an appointment type, it's because you want to make some changes or check some stuff. So we hope you guys like that change as well. Yeah, that's that. Now for group appointments, we also made a change that might be helpful. Before, if you wanted to add a client to a group appointment, you had to search the client, you click his name, and then you had to click the add button. So it was a couple of steps before the client was in the group appointment. Now it's just a matter of searching for the client, click on his name, and he's added. Search for another client, click on his name, and he's added. So we've made that a lot simpler as well, because we noticed we often ourselves, we forgot to click the add button. So that was a little bit of an annoyance, and we fixed that for you guys. Click save, and all the clients, as you can see now, 5 out of 10 are in the group appointment. Next is something that not everyone is probably using, especially not people already using our system, is that now when you do a client import, so if you have any client database somewhere or an Excel file, you can import them into our system very quickly. And we've now added more information to know what is happening with the import. So when you import the file, it shows a progress bar on how far it is completed instead of just staying blank. So some people thought nothing was happening, but it is now showing correctly that it's processing. And when it's done, it shows, as you can see here, the number of successful imports and the number of failures. And you can download the information from that so you can exactly see which ones have failed and why. So especially for new clients or new pros of ours, or maybe if you guys want to change course or want to import a group of clients, you can easily and quickly do that through the import section, which is now improved. So that's most things specifically for the pros. I'll now be switching over to the Academy. I'm going to tell some stuff in the Academy that also goes for the Pro account, but it wasn't very useful to talk about that twice. So I'm going to do that in the Academy. So let me switch over to that. There we go. Again, if you guys have any questions so far, or you want me to show something again about the Pro, please let me know in the chat. I think we've now successfully transferred to the Academy over here. So for the Academy, let's start with the Academy agenda, or we sometimes call it the reception tool or our previous multi-pro. Again, some user interface fixes we've made to make things easier. For one, we have made the pro columns wider in case that there are less pros. So if there would be only 3 pros, they would not have small columns, but they would be a little bit bigger, so they're easier to use. Nelson, how can you add discount to a service? That is possible through vouchers. I'm gonna show that to you at the end, because we've added vouchers to the Academy as well, so it's basically the same as with a single pro, so you can take a look at that in a second. I'm gonna cover that in a minute. And the columns are wider, so very simply just the user interface that makes it a little bit easier to use. Another big fix that it's a small fix, but a big request that we did is if you scroll down, as you can see, the pro names now stay at the top. They used to disappear, which made it, if you all scroll all the way down and later in the day, made it hard to know who you're making a booking with. So small fix, but a big impact for many. Fix that. And another thing that we've now made available is in our premium subscription, it is possible to make sure all emails are sent from your own email domain. That was already the case, but it was quite a hassle to set up, and we had to do most of that for you guys. But now it is possible in the mail function. We have the sender authentication, and it's now completely possible to set that up on your own. You enter your domain, your email address. It creates what they call DNS records. You send that over to your hosting company that runs your domain, and they set it up for you. And from that moment, all emails from the system, instead of from no reply at proagenda.com, go to your clients from your own domain and Academy name. So our current clients are already set up with that, mostly if they use the premium features. But if you guys are thinking about it, just know that that is possible. Also in the Academy, we have added what I showed you in the Pro perspective. We've added the payment method to the package, of course. So again, in the Academy, you can mark it as paid by invoice to the Pro, to the reception. You can create any payment method that you can think of yourself. Also, what we did in Academy, same as with the Pro, is adding the payment information in the group appointments. So let me see if I can show you real quick. Yeah, again, the payment info per client. Let me add a couple more. Also here, you don't have to click add. They are automatically added. I click payment info and then I can choose the payment method over here as well. So same as the fix we did with the Pro is also in the Academy, of course. And now for the vouchers that we have also added to the Academy. Vouchers are already available in the standalone Pro accounts, but we've also added them to the Academy. We have You can create a voucher. The voucher gives a percentage or a fixed amount discount to a booking. The vouchers work, they do not yet work in a way where you can sell them like a package, but you can not sell them through the system yet. We are going to trying to build that in this year, but they work with a voucher code. You can send a voucher. There's a code on the voucher, and they can use that when they make a booking. So for example, we have different sorts. Oh, my mouse. Yep. We have a regular voucher, which speaks for itself. It has a name and it gets a voucher code. You can create the code yourself or the system will create one for you. You set a percentage discount or an amount discount. You can, as a pro, of course, that goes for only for your own account, but in the Academy, you can say for which pros the voucher is valid and for which appointment types. So if I'm going to say it is not usable for my junior camp, I'm going to exclude the junior camp from the appointment types. And of course, you can also exclude the junior group sessions or choose to, if it's only one, instead of excluding appointment types, you're going to include and you're going to say this can only be used for a 30 and a 60-minute lesson. So let's say it's 10% discount. 10% test is the name, is the voucher code. Let's call it test. You can set a start date from which it can be used. You can set a date, of course, until when it's valid. And now another thing we have is that you can set this for either unlimited usage. So for example, you want to give all your members of the club standard of 10% discount, and the non-members do not get that. And you can create this voucher code. You can set it to unlimited usage, and you can give this voucher code to all your members so they know they have to use it to make their bookings, and that way they always get a 10% discount. Or you can set a limited usage. So say this is a voucher code for someone's birthday or specifically for one person. You set the maximum usage time to 1. It can only be used one time. Click Save. So we've now created it. You can just tell someone or email someone the voucher code and they can use it. Or you can check the box and click Send. Search a client within the system and have a click Send email. There's an actual voucher within your Academy colors with your Academy name with the code on it and till which date it's valid is being sent as an email to this client. We also have, instead of regular, we have a voucher type for all. This is basically like a discount that you can give to all your clients, but they can only use it once per account. And what this can be used for is, for example, in the Christmas period, if you want to say if you book an appointment from the 1st of December till the 21st of December, book it with code Christmas 2020 and you get 10% discount. And then all your clients can only use it once. So if they used it, they cannot use it for another booking. But in that specific period, people can book with a discount code. And if you have any other cases you could use that for, of course, be my guest. Those are the two options we have. I hope that answers most of your questions, Nelson, that you have about this. It works the same in the pro section as I mentioned, just that you cannot share it with other pros, of course. So that's a big thing. We added the vouchers, and the vouchers are basically okay. Good. The vouchers are basically available in the Plus subscription. So as soon as you have an academy, you mostly can use the vouchers. Another big thing that we improved, it might be a little complicated, but we improved this in the Pro accounts as well as the Academy accounts. That is updating existing packages. So what we have now, for example, you have a package like this one, and you want to update the price. So say this price is going to 220 US dollars in this case. And in the past, if you would update this package, all packages in the system would be updated, also in the history. So say you would only want future packages to have this price, that wouldn't work. So what we have now, if you make any changes to your package and you update the package, the system asks you a question. Do you want the changes to be applied to packages already purchased by clients? So in some cases, if you made a mistake or you made some other changes that have to go to all the packages, or you change the name, or the minutes are corrected, or anything else, or maybe the valid till date that you might even want to extend specifically for package that were already purchased, you just say yes, update all. And this means that all clients that already have this package in the past will be updated to the new settings. You have to, why we do this now is you have to really think about this, because sometimes if you maybe you've used this package for the last 3 years and you're going to update the validation until with a month, and it certainly all of a sudden people with 3-year-old packages can book appointments on them again. So that's why we asked this question. So if you only want this to be for future sales, you're going to say no, only new packages. And then we ask another question. Say you've chosen to not to update existing sold packages. Therefore, we will create a new package in your settings. So we basically duplicate the package and create a new one in your settings, so that if you ever want to change the old packages that you've now changed, if that makes sense, they are still there. They are not removed or overwritten. We just create a new package. And so either you say no and nothing happens and you can make your change again, or you say yes, create new package. So now I've got this one. I already did it. So I have new by one. This is the new one. So let's say the old one, I do not want to make that available anymore. I'm going to say available for clients, going to turn it off. Update package. Now in this case, it doesn't really matter. So yes, update all. So this one cannot be bought anymore. From now on, they can only buy the new one, but you still have this one, yeah, to as your history, or maybe to make changes later or update something. So you don't lose all your data and stuff like that. So that's some sort of like safety we've built in to make sure that everything with the package, which is a really important part, keeping track of your appointments and yeah, sales, pricing, revenue, we've made sure we built like a fail safe in there that yeah, hopefully make sure so far that you do not lose any data. Another update that we've done is, let me see, is when academies want to add a new pro. It's not a huge improvement, but it could be useful. So if you go to agendas and you add a new one, you can immediately select one of your academy agendas, especially if you have multiple. You can just select them. They're automatically added. They are bookable in your academy client link. They show up straight away. Because before you have to go to settings, academy agenda, and add the pro, which a lot of academies forgot. So just a simple thing to make things easier and add them straight away. So that's that. Another big feature we recently added is for our premium academies is the academy feed. And the academy feed is already usable, but will be especially usable when our new app launches for the clients, which we are really close to. It's just some final testing, and we really want it to come out good, so we don't want to release it too soon. With the Academy feed is basically what you can do is you can create files, doesn't matter which one. It will probably mostly videos or photos of swings or drills or anything like that, but you can also choose to upload Word files or PDF files with important information and maybe announcements. And everything that you upload into the coaching feed can be seen by the client. So they get a notification that there's a new coaching feed added or a new item added to the coaching feed or Academy feed. And in the app or in their web account, they can go to their coaching items and click the feed, and they will always have access to these files. So it's also a way to send maybe some instruction videos or coaching to everyone to have access, that as soon as they join your academy, they go to the academy feed and they can see all your instruction videos that might be general videos and not specific training videos for a specific individual. They will show up there. So yeah, it's basically like a file database for all your clients to access at any time without having to send it to everyone individually. This is a premium feature, as you've seen, and this will also be a section in the new app where your clients can immediately access these files. So I don't know if anyone has any questions about the academy so far of what I've shown, or maybe something else. And I'm slowly going to continue with some small mentions that we have added for your agendas. For the client perspective, we have added on the mobile devices a week view. So before they could only see a day, and now they can also see a week. Let me see if I can get that forward right here. See, yes, it shows. And I'm going to do this. A iPhone. Yeah, as you can see, hopefully right here on the left, we cannot show a full week because it would get too small, but clients can scroll now sideways on their mobile phones to see your full week of availability. Something that's been requested a lot, so it makes it again even better for clients. They will see more availability. You will lose less bookings because they'll immediately see when you are available. Also in that view, we added, instead of only being able to select a date through the date picker, like the little calendar, we added, of course, a week forward and a week backward button. And we have created in the client's account, if they have multiple pros or multiple pros over different academies, the option to switch pros or add multiple pros to their account so they can easily switch between different booking pages. And now, as the last item is something from the release that we have not communicated yet because it is done last week, but I will show you now that it could be very interesting for some people, or maybe not at all, is that now instead of being able to, let me switch to the Pro real quick first. That's where I can show it better. What we have now is in your settings and my agenda settings, we have added the option to set your agenda box size to 10 and 20 minutes as well. Is my drop down showing? Oh yeah, it's 10, 20 minutes, and of course we are keeping the 15, 30, 45, and 60 minutes, but we added the option to make, for example, 10-minute slots. So if I save this and I go to this agenda page, you can now see all slots are in 10-minute intervals. So for people maybe teaching 40-minute slots, you could make 20-minute intervals, or people doing 50 minutes. Um, you have more freedom and more possibilities now that we've changed it. We've changed this through the entire system. So you can, of course, if you changed it, you can use it with packages. Packages can now be created in increments of 5 minutes because of this fix, because we had to take 10 minutes and 15 minutes into account. And yeah, it was requested a lot from academies, so maybe some existing clients might also find it useful. That's a big improvement we recently made. We are going to do the official announcement. You'll probably see that somewhere this week or the beginning of next week in your emails. But you've already seen it here now, so you're one of the first. Yep. So that's everything, at least all the bigger items that we've released this last quarter. As you can see, we've done a lot again. Let me post a link for you guys where you can find all the information about all the updates that we've done. You can also just go to our website, go to knowledge base and articles. I'll post the link right now. And that's where you can find the release notes with a little more details that we've done recently. And you can keep an eye on that if you don't see our post in the email. You can always check that to see if there's anything new. What we've been, I want to tell you a little bit about what we are now working on is again still the new client app, which is almost done, and we want to get it out as soon as possible, but we do want it to work. So it could be in a week, it could be in 3 weeks, but we really aim for it to release this month. So I'm hoping for a little bit more patience from you guys. Another two big things we are working on are academy related. Can you review in the Pro account setting up calendar availability? Yes, sure. What would you like to know, Linda, about the setting up the availability? In the meantime, oh, uh, general review of calendar setup. Okay, so for Linda, I'm going to quickly show over how you would set up your availability. You go to your settings, of course, availability. There, the first part is your locations. If you teach on one location, you have your one location over here. And the next thing that you set up is availability periods. So you can choose what some of our customers do is they create a period every week because their availability changes every week, for example. But if you have a pretty straightforward schedule, what you do is you create your period, and for your own use, you could give it a name. Oh, let me just start over, remove this one. These are my show active only. So I'm going to create a new period. For example, I'm just going to call it 2021. I'm going to open it from the 1st of January just until the end of the year. So that's going to be my period. So I have my one location, which is selected. So what I'm now going to do is set the times, or at first the days that I am available for client bookings. So say I work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday I'm off, Friday and Saturday. So that means that I'm now available for bookings on these days, and it's automatically set that I'm available from 8 till 9. Now, maybe that's incorrect. So on Monday, I start working at 8, but I stop at, let's say, 7. On Tuesday, I start at 8 and I stop at 8. On Wednesday, I'm going home early, so I stop at 4. And Friday and Saturday are fine from 8 to 9. This automatically saves, and basically we've now already set up our schedule. These are the periods that clients can book. They can book for the entire year, which is in most cases fine. Let's just check what we have done. If we go to our agenda and we go to next week, you can see what we've set up here. The days in white are the available days for bookings for clients. We can always, as a pro, you can overrule anything. So if you want to book on Thursday, that's fine. And see here, we're going to stop at 4. And here at 7, here at 8, and here at 9. So that's basically how you set up your availability. So it's also possible that if you say, well, I don't want to open my schedule for a year, you can still open it up for a year, but then in your agenda settings, you can just say, setting here restrict future bookings, and say I only allow people to book in the next 2 months in the future. Save that. That means that they maybe click on a time slot in December, but the system will tell them, oh, you can only book until the 7th of March. So you can still open up your entire schedule, so you don't have to look at it all the time, but have a restriction that they can only book in a certain period in the near future. I hope that is what you were looking for. If not, please let me know if there's anything unclear, if I went too fast. Thank you. Okay, great. Good to hear. So I was discussing real quick what we are currently working on. The new app, I told you, it's coming soon. Next thing for Academy purposes, what we're working for is an Academy Communication Center or Automation Center, or how you'd like to call it. With that center, you will be able to manage all the emails that go out, and not necessarily the templates, but more in which interval they're being sent. You can turn them off, you can turn them on. Um, yeah, anything in that regard. And we will also add the possibility to create email follow-ups. So you can create a follow-up that after 6 hours or 12 hours or 24 hours, for example, after an appointment, specific emails going out, and you can change that template, what is in it. So sort of after sales email will be possible in that as well. We are already working on that, so we hope it's done pretty soon. Maybe by the end of the month, maybe by the end of next month, but it's going well. So we've got a lot of requests about that, so that's coming up. And another very big thing we are working on is the resource management in the academy, and also for pros. Resource management in the way that we are going to extend our management, that you can make resources like base or simulators and stuff like that, and not only make sure they are not double booked, but even that clients can book the resource as a sort of basic agenda. So it would have appointment types, packages, availability, all that kind of stuff. So this would be great for studios that have like 2 pros and 3 simulators, or it can be used for making reservations for your entire driving range. You create a resource. The resources can be booked individually, but it will also be that if a pro is booked with an appointment type that has a resource, that the resource is automatically blocked. In the resource is shown who is on that position, who is using that resource. So it's really, yeah, like an additional booking system, but then for your driving range or your simulator studio, basically. So if you would have a driving range with 20 spots, 20 bays, you would create a resource which is called hitting base. You would enter a quantity of 20, and you set up every appointment type with the pros that they are in need of a bay. So this means that the pros, all your 6 pros are booked. There are 6 bays taken. There are 14 bays left, and clients can make reservations on those bays. And if they're full, people can know they can't come to the driving range, or maybe you can do this with a subscription that only people with a subscription can make reservations, or maybe you have Trackman base which you want to make special reservations for. So that's now all added. Can be you can use it as a standalone system, but of course it's perfect that it's linked with your pro accounts. So if one is booked, the other is blocked, and vice versa. So that's a big feature. We hope to have this completed by the end of the quarter, but no guarantees. Maybe sooner, maybe later. It won't be for everyone, but if you have a premium subscription, maybe you can use it for something. That's all I have to say for now. Also on what we are working on, and I don't know if I'd like to start the Q&A right now, although I already answered some of your questions. Don't know if you guys have any questions for me, or want to see how something works, or maybe have a specific situation where you need help with, or have any feature requests or ideas for the system. Now is the time to let them know. I hope you guys found it helpful. Please let me know if you did. So, feedback on these streams is also appreciated, so we know we are doing the right things, and we can continue with them. Is there an easy way to transfer clients from my pro account to our new academy account? If do you already have an academy? Because I think they should show up if you are linked as a pro. Basically, all you have to do if you do not have an academy account yet, I'm just going to show you. So if you would have your academy right here, or you don't have an academy account, all you have to do is create a new academy account. And when you go from set to settings agendas, it's where you add a new agenda. You're going to create a new one. And if you enter your pro account email address right here, it will link your existing pro account and automatically also all your clients into the academy. So you don't have to like transfer or migrate clients or make a new pro account. You can just take an existing pro account, add it to a new academy or an existing academy, and it should transfer all the clients to that academy. Please let me know if that's what you're looking for or what your current situation is. Great, thank you. Okay, perfect. Are there any other questions? If not, then I'm slowly going to end the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, as I mentioned, please let us know if you did, because yeah, we hope this is helpful into getting more information to the people, and yeah, helping them out with questions they have, and actually showing you guys how to use the system or use any workarounds or other tips and tricks. So please let us know if you like the stream, and if there are no more questions coming in right now, I'm going to say have a good day, and yeah, keep an eye on our newsletter, and I talk to you guys soon.